Okay, very good afternoon to you and afternoon. Yeah, it's afternoon. So, so I have to sit down today because the recording is apparently they need my face. Okay. By the way, can you all hear me? Especially the ones who are speaking at the back. Am I audible? What to do, isn't it? I'm also like a bit not comfortable. So the last week, I think you do remember we discussed about what is marketing and also like what is marketing, just in case if you do remember. It's a matter of three elements. Okay. So first we have to understand our customers' requirement and we have to fulfill them better than what other competitive products are doing. At the same time, we have to maintain the profitability. Okay. So if we are combining these three, that is the idea behind marketing. And also we said that it's include the so many areas to be covered. Like the first we have to have a target market. Then we have to study about their requirements. Then for us to fulfill their requirement, first we should know what kind of a value that they're expecting from a product like this. Okay. Then we discuss in detail what is the meaning of value. So then we have to design the product in a way that we give the value. Then we have to have a price for it and we have to decide where we are going to like keep that product for people to buy. And also we have to start promotions, like everything around that to make that product available in the market and fulfill the customer's requirement that is coming under marketing. That we discussed last week. Also we discussed in detail what's the meaning of customer perceived value. Okay. So that because like none of the customers we don't purchase any product or services, rather we purchase the value attached to it. If we feel like it's something worth for us, and then only we go and purchase it. So therefore, we discuss what is the meaning of value. It's a matter like we are comparing two things, what we get, and for us to take that what we are paying. Then we discuss like the real concept. It's called as customer perceived value. Right, we discussed that too. Where is it? We discussed this in detail. What is the meaning of customer perceived value? So it's a matter of comparing two things, benefits against the cost. So in terms of benefit, it's not just one benefit, it's the bunch of benefits, which means like why we really want to purchase that product, that is the product benefit. And any service benefits that we are expecting from it. And also we are concerning about the brand name. And also like the people engaged with the product or the service that we are expecting, some of this, the things from the people, those who are offering the product. So that is what it's called as personal benefits. So we are just considering all these four as a collection. For us to get those benefits, so we are paying not in terms of monetary per se. So we are paying in terms of the time, also in terms of our physical effort, also in terms of the mental effort. So if we are combining all these four elements with the benefits of four elements, then if we feel more benefits are there, so then only we ended up with that kind of alternative product. Okay, we feel like, okay, when compared to ABC alternatives, we see the benefits and the cost in A. And also we see the benefits and the cost in B and also in C. So if we see more benefits compared to the benefits that we ended up with, say for an example that we see it in a B, so then we decide, okay, we'll go for that. So that's how we normally make the purchase decision. So that part we discussed last week. So in that sense, as I said last week also, you don't need to remember the definitions, but just to complete, I have included the marketing is managing profitable customer relationship. You see, like the profitability is there always in the marketing. It's not simply fulfill the customer's requirement. And also making marketing superfluous. So also like some says marketing is meeting the needs profitably. So always keep in your mind, like in marketing, all what we have to do is, as a brand, we have to fulfill our customers' requirement better than what other competitive products are doing. So whenever we are doing so, we have to make sure we are getting the ability of making the profit. Okay. Every single rupee that we are spending for marketing, there should be ROI. Not immediately this financial year, at least in the future, they have to show that this is how the money that we are spending today, excuse, going to get back to the company. So this is a bit of a comprehensive definition. The marketing is a social and managerial process by which individuals and organizations obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging value with others. So this definition also you don't need to remember, but I will highlight certain important points. Like nowhere in this definition it's talking about the product or services. That's one thing I have to tell. Like it's mainly in marketing. It's all about value exchange. The value is the one that is being exchanged between the manufacturer and the target group. So we take a value, in return we pay. That's what happened. So we are getting the value to fulfill our needs and wants. So that means that's what basically happening in marketing. And I would like to pay your attention for the first two the terms, like marketing is a social and managerial process. So if I further unpack it, marketing is a social process. What does that mean? What do you mean by marketing is a social process? Social, society. So I said, try to like, even the last week also I told you the marketing is like a common sense. So it's a matter like you can easily guess the meaning from the term itself. Don't put an extra effort to memorize anything what I'm discussed, but you have to be vigilant what I'm telling, and then you can absorb within the class itself. So then social, what do you mean by social? Society. What's the meaning of society? Society means people, isn't it? Like it's a collection of people are the one that we call as society. So then so that it says marketing is a process that deals with the people. Do you agree? Why we say that marketing is a process that deals with the people? That's true, because like if marketing is all about like understanding customers' requirement and fulfill them better than what competitive products are doing. So at the same time, you have to maintain the profitability. So in that sense, all what you do in marketing focus towards what? Customers, isn't it? Like we should understand the customers, then we have to fulfill the customer's requirement, and at last see whether the customers are happy with our product. So from A to Z, everything what we do in marketing, our focus is the customers. So therefore, it's a social process. So what are the other management functions that we can take as social process? Other management functions? Do you think the accounting is a social process? So think about like what's happening in accounting. Then you can see whether it's a social process or not. Okay, so accounting, is it a social process? What's happening in accounting? So you are the accounts experts, and I'm a marketer. What's the main scope of accounting? Financial accounting, I mean, not the management accounting, because you do have like different components. So the financial accounting is basically keeping the records according to the accounting standards, isn't it? Okay. And finally, you have to create the P&L. So then basically your focus is what? The accounting standards and they make sure like there are certain ways that the recording is going on. And also there are certain ways the liquidity is being maintained, the working capital, and there are certain requirements that the financially a company should be keep stable. That is the responsibility of the accountant. Okay. So mainly you are looking at the finance side and also recording side. So you are not much worried about the human factor. Am I right? So accounting is not a social process. Production management, it's also not a social process, because what is, if you are working as a production manager, what is your main target? Take the input in the proper quality and on time for a reasonable price, put that into the production plant, and then make sure the production plants are running as per the schedule, and then see whether your output is in a good quality where you can put that into the market. So then your focus is input, production, and the output quality. So there you are not concerning about the human factor. But human resource management, yes. So you have to recruit the correct staff, correct people, you have to train them, you have to get the work done by them. That means you have to motivate them. At last, you have to see whether you have to do a performance evaluation. Okay. So then, like HRM is a social process because we deal with the people. In that case, we deal with the employees. That means within the company people. But marketing, it's also a social process, but it is more challenging. Why? Because we deal with the people outside the company. Because the employees, of course, the management can control. Like if they are not performing well, so we can give them warning. But if customers are not purchasing from us, we can't give the warning for customers. So it's more challenging, but the marketing is a social process, that because it starts with the customer and also it ends with the customer. It's processed with the customer. Agree? Write it down. Marketing is a social process. Marketing is a process. Marketing is a process that starts. Marketing is a process that starts, progress, and ends with the customers. Ends with the customers. It is because in marketing, the companies first understand the requirement of the, in marketing, companies first understand the requirement of the target market and develop and implement all the marketing strategies. Develop and implement all the marketing strategies to fulfill such requirements, better than competitive brands. Better than competitive brands. While maintaining better than competitive brands, while maintaining the profitability while maintaining profitability. At last, the companies make sure, customers are satisfied with what company offers. So that's how it says, like, start with the customer, process with the customer, and it ends with the customer. So that it's a social process. I hope it's clear. Clear? I want the response from you. Is it clear? I'm sorry, apparently I have gone a little fast. Okay. I'll reduce the speed. Always it takes some time for me to adjust to yourself, because morning it's after MBA class, I'm just taking undergraduate, so I have to reduce the speed. Okay, I hope you have completed the notes. So is it all right if I'm going to proceed? Okay. So in the other one, it says marketing is a managerial process. What do you mean by management? So you might have learned somewhere in your studies, like probably in the previous semester, isn't it? Management? No, you haven't learned anywhere in management. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So then what is management? This is your class, and you are free to talk. I'm just a facilitator. Feel yourself comfortable. What is management? Whether, like, once the management term comes to your mind, what comes to your mind, like along with the management term? Management term, what's coming to your mind, like once you heard the term called management? Nothing? Blank? Can't be. Why we need management, by the way? Are you managing yourself? Are you managing a day? How? So you know that only 24 hours are there for a day, isn't it? So that you have certain things to be done per day. Okay. So that's why you have to, like, sometime organize yourself. And also you have to plan. Like, say, Sunday, if you have lectures, now you know that you already know yesterday. The Sunday also you are having only 24 hours. Okay. So you know that you have to go for the class, and these are the subjects. Probably, I don't know how many of you are doing it. So probably last night. So you might be planning yourself. Okay, I have to get up at this time. Okay. So then if possible, you might be, I of course do it, because if the next day it's certain things are there, so I'm making everything ready. Okay. So it's a bit of organized. So then the next day it's a bit easy. Okay. So even the dress that's supposed to be worn, like, oh, it's been ready the previous night. So then likewise, you know which time that you have to get up and which time that you have to leave from home. And then, like, of course, with the Sri Lankan traffic, there would be some deviations. We can't be to the point. Okay. And then, like, how the day is processed. And if there is anything that suppose that you are going to the office, and is there, like, say that you want to do some banking activities, you have to come out from the office, then you know, like, what time that you have to come out and what time that you have to go back again. So what time that you have to leave from the office. So likewise, beforehand you plan, and then after that you just organize a bit of things to make sure what you plan will successfully progress. Then at last, I don't know, like once you go to the bed, you just refresh yourself. Have you completed everything what to be done within a day? Sometimes not. So, but at least you know that certain parts being missed out. Okay. So that's how like it's normally happen the time management. Okay? So my question is like, why we have to manage the things? Because we have limited resources. Otherwise, the management is not required. If you have unlimited the resources, like if the day won't finish, so then we don't need to manage. Like in a heaven or somewhere, like the days are very long. That's what we have heard. I don't know. So then we know that either we like it or not, that finishes the day that like today is 10th March 2024, that will finish once the 24 hours are over. That never comes in our life. Tomorrow it's another day. It's not 10th of March. Understand? Okay. So the resources are finishing. So it's limited. So, but we have so many things to do, isn't it? Okay. So in your life, you just, you have to plan your life as well, because time is limited. So we don't live for indefinite period of time. So we have a life expectancy. So then you have to plan your life. Okay, by this age, I do this one. This age, I do this one. This age, I do this one. So then you have to organize all your things accordingly, whether it's going in that plan. Otherwise, anyway, the life flows, because anyway, the days are coming and going. So by the time then once you get old, once you turn back and see that you haven't get anything. So it's just the time passing. So in that case, you can't turn the clock the other way around. So that's too late. Understand? So that's why we have to manage ourselves. That's the same for companies. Companies are having so many things to do, but only limited resources. So therefore, the management is required. So they have to plan the resources. What resources are required, they have to plan to go for those targets. Okay. And also they have to organize those resources. Okay. And then you have to give the direction to those resources. And you have to give motivation to those resources. Then at last, like see whether the control, I mean the performance are supposed to be evaluated, see whether the company is going towards a direction as it's expected. So all the main management functions, planning, organizing, leading, controlling, and the motivation, everything is for what? For managing the resources. Because we want to achieve our set objectives. Same. Agree? So the marketing is also having the same perspective, like which side do I have to use? Stop. Stop. So if you take the organization, it's like this. I don't know the ones those who are sitting at the back. Is it visible? In management, you might have seen that organization can be divided into top management, middle level management, and the functional level management. Isn't it? So this division is called what? That way of division. What is it called? Anyone remember? Span of control. The controlling power. Span of control. Like the top management is having the controlling power to the entire organization. But the middle level management doesn't have that power. So they have the power to control only like the particular business, but all the functions belongs to that business. But the functional level, let's say this is marketing department, and this is finance department, and this is operations department, this is IT department. So the marketing manager, who is a functional level manager, can control all the marketing functions. See, this is why this is called span of control. Based on your controlling power, we can divide it into top level, middle level, and the functional level. And also we can have some functions. Like these are functional level divisions. Marketing, finance, operations, IT, so likewise. There are so many divisions. I will give the time. I will give the time to take it down. Okay. So, so this, like, let's see, like, why we call marketing as a management process. Now you know that in management, what's happening? We have limited resources. Also, we have targets. So in order to achieve that targets, we have to like plan, organize, lead, motivate, control these limited resources. Okay, that is the meaning of management. So let's see how it's happening in marketing. In the marketing department, what's happened is at the end of each year, like in 2023, say last year. So every department it's happening. So they create a budget for the next year, isn't it? Because you are working crowd, you know it very well. So normally December month is so busy because everyone is preparing the budget for the next year. In the budget, so what the head of marketing is requesting? Resources. And they set the target for 2024. They say that, okay, so in 2024, these brands, we bring as a market leader. And also we will launch this kind of a new product. So likewise, the entire plan, they have to put it into a budget. For us to launch this new product and also to maintain our leadership in the market for these brands. So we need these resources. So we might need to hire some new staff and also likewise for all the aspects, financial and non-financial resources. That's what you are doing in costing. So then you create the entire budget for the next year. Then after that, so that budget, so it's going in the channel of approval and then it goes to the top management through the channel. So likewise from all the divisions you get the budget, the top management. So what's the main responsibility of the top management? Allocating resources. Okay. To see whether and where the company should go. Then accordingly say that, okay, this time the finance budget is this, HR budget is this, marketing budget is this, production budget is this. That's the main responsibility. Okay. So then you get the money, of course, with some revisions, not as it is. So with some adjustments, the top management give you the resources. Then throughout the year, marketing manager's responsibility is to use that limited resources to achieve your set objective. Like that's why you are having interim control, like monthly targets. And like 3 months targets, 3 months evaluation, because unless otherwise if you are going for the entire year at last, so sometimes you are going in the wrong direction. So closely you are monitoring and making corrections and then again you are proceeding. So all what is happening is you are try to use the input to get the maximum output, isn't it? So the input is your limited resources, output is your targets. So that you are managing these resources, managing these all the main management functions, planning, organizing, controlling, directing, leadership, everything you do for this one. To make sure that you achieve the output. So this is what it's called efficiency. Isn't it? This is what happening in the marketing department. So they are getting the limited resources. That limited resources needs to be properly utilized The properly utilized means you have to plan it properly, you have to organize it properly, you have to give the direction properly, you have to motivate it properly, you have to control it. Then only you get the objectives achieved. So mainly within the marketing department, we deals with the input-output ratio to efficiently use the resources to achieve our set objectives. So therefore we call marketing as a management function. Clear? Take it down. I'm really sorry, some of you are so bored. I can see some of you are sleeping, but I'm not in a position to stand up. Okay. Keep the morale. I'm also handicapped a bit. Yeah. Marketing is a management process. In management, only limited resources are available. Only limited resources are available. Thus means therefore, such limited resources needs to plan, organize, motivate, leadership, okay? Lead and control to achieve the set objectives. The same thing happens at the marketing department of a company. Marketing manager request and obtain limited resources from the top management, to achieve marketing objectives. Such limited resources needs to be plan, organize, motivate, lead and control to achieve the set objectives. it mainly considers how to utilize limited resources. Mainly consider how to utilize limited resources to achieve the set targets. It is the efficient use of resources. So that you can take down this diagram. It is the efficient use of resources. So now you can take down this diagram. Like then remember we have different divisions and also different levels. So this is what's happening in the marketing department where it's being given the resources and mainly talking about the input and output ratio that brings the efficiency. This is taking place at the marketing department. It's worth taking down that also efficiency equal input output ratio because in the future explanation I'm not explaining it, but there is another place where you need this one. So that time I might simply refer to this because I have already explained. Okay, I hope you have completed it. Okay, so now you should be capable enough to explain in case it's been asked like why we say marketing is a management process because of this, because it has limited resources. So those resources needs to be managed, like main management function, it's happening in the marketing department also. Also, it has set objectives. These three are common to marketing also, though that marketing is also a management process. Clear? Those are the 3 points. Limited resources, set objectives, so that we are using these limited resources to achieve this. So using similar limited resources means planning, organizing, all the management functions. If you can like put that 3 points into a document, that's fine. Clear? Okay. Also, the other part of this definition says the marketing is being practiced by both individuals and organizations. We know that anyway marketing is practiced by the companies, isn't it? That's obviously nothing to explain. Companies practice marketing. But here in this definition, the Kotler has used the term called organization instead of companies. So what's the difference between companies and organizations? Companies and organizations. Which one is bigger? Organization is bigger. Okay. So then what's the difference? Companies are always profit oriented. There are some organizations which are not profit oriented. Okay. So then the organizations, we can see two clusters: profit oriented organizations, non-profit oriented organizations. Profit oriented organization means mainly the companies. The non-profit oriented organizations, some examples. I'm being told you have to speak loud. Huh? NGOs, yes. What else? All the clubs, NGOs, temples, church, mosque, everything coming under non-profit oriented organizations. Okay. As per this Kotler's definition, it says, now we know that anyway, profit oriented companies, they practice marketing. But even non-profit oriented organizations also practice marketing. How come? The 3 elements, just put that 3 elements to your mind. Like, what are the 3 elements? First, you have to know the target market. And then you have to study about I'll make it as 4. First, you should know about the target market. And then you have to study about what they expect from something like this. Then you have to give it. So better than what other competitors do. Then you get the profitability. These 4 are practicing even non-profit oriented organizations as well. So what I want you to think with your companion, give me a couple of minutes. How, like, you just take a particular non-profit oriented organization in your mind, maybe just a temple or a club or a Red Cross or whatever. Okay, take a particular organization into your mind and see like how these 4 elements are happening in that organization. Have a chat with your friend. Is it clear? But I want you to think. One side we have the non-profit oriented organization. Other side we know marketing is all about. There should be a target market. Then the organization that you have taken on board, think what is the target market. And in the second point, you have to understand their requirement. That means what they expect from an organization like this. And the next one, how that organization fulfill that requirement. The last one, how that organization ensure the profitability through that activities. First you have a go, then after that I'll explain. It's a matter of like writing, okay, the organization that you have taken is this. Then write what is the target market. Next point. The requirement means expectations, what they expect from the organization that you have taken on board. And the next point, fulfill their requirements, like which way the organization can fulfill. Just write down. The profitability means what? Just like 5 lines. First line is what is the organization. The second one is what's the target market. Third one is what do they expect from the organization that you have taken on board. And the other one is fulfilling the requirement in which way that the organization can fulfill. The last one is profitability. Think about those 5 points. Done? Okay, can I know that the organization that some of you all have taken? Because my explanation is depending on that. So what's the organization you have taken? 3 of you. Government school, okay. And like just throw what the organization that you have taken, like how about you? Dance club. And the next row? I can't hear you, unfortunately. Welfare Society, okay. The next row? Yeah. University, a particular university, okay. Church. The last row? Boys, temple, yeah. Temple. That's entire row is temple. Okay. Okay. I'll start from the last, okay, from temple. So that's applied to a church as well, okay. Then I come to a university and the government school, and then so it's a welfare society, and what you three have selected? A club. Okay. The for a temple or a church, what's the target market? The entire class. What's the target market for a temple or a church? People, those who are living around the temple, isn't it? Like mainly the Buddhist people. Okay? Buddhist people, those who are living around the temple, or the Christian or the Catholic. So whatever whether it's a Catholic one or a Christian one. So depending on the religion you are, the people, those who are living around that church or a temple or a mosque are the target market. Then the next one is this temple is run by people, isn't it? So they should understand what the requirement of the target market. So that means what the target market expect from a temple, or expect from a church, or expect from a mosque. What the villagers are, what the Buddhist people, those who are living around the temple expect from a temple. So I'm also Buddhist. So like I know that there would be a lot of Buddhist students. So what we expect from a temple? Huh? Yeah, so like we want like the people, those who are running the temple. So we want them to be behave in a certain way. Okay. Like they have to dress in a certain way and they have to behave in a certain way. That is something we expect. Okay. Whether it's correct or not, it's a different story, but that's something we expect. Also, we expect from a temple like doing some spiritual activities and also some special the religious festivals. There are certain things as a temple they should do. Also, we don't expect them to do business and those kind of things. That's also we don't expect. That is the second thing. So the people, those who are running the temple should understand what the Buddhist people are expecting from a temple. That is what the first element of marketing. Understand the requirement of the target market. Then the second one, how you give it. That means you have to give these ones, what they expect. But so long as you are giving better than the other temple, more people will come to your temple, they won't go to other temple. That is the profitability. You get more people around your temple so that whatever you do, that would be successful. Because that's what normally happens. Sometimes we have a very close by temple, but we may not like to go to that place because it's not a temple per se that we expect. So that we go all the way for a long way to the temple where that it's really, we like that we accept it as a temple because that gives what we expected. Understand? That is the profitability. The many people coming repeatedly to the same place, to the same temple. So that means as a temple, people have accepted it. So that is the profitability, not that any alms giving or not any donations given to the temple. It's not in the financial perspective. That's the same for a church. It's same for a church, like the whatever the religious people around the church and what they're expecting from a church. How we are giving it means you have to fulfill that expectation better than other church are doing. Then you get more people. Getting the more people is the profitability. So how about the university or a school? So what's the target market of a university or a school? So if I'm starting with the university, what's the target market? Since they have taken a public university, like for a public university, of course, the students are coming to a particular channel. So that the students are not the target market. Then what's the target market? Corporate. Students are the product in a university. Okay. So then because the public universities should manufacture, should mold human resources that matches the requirement of the corporates and the nation. Understand? Then the corporate, immediately corporate and a larger scale, it's the the entire nation. So that is the target market. So that as a university, as a public university, we should understand what their requirements are. So accordingly, you have to revise the curriculum. Because if the corporate sector is expecting something, but we are teaching something else, no point. So you have to revise all the curriculum, you have to revise all the activities that's taking place within the university. That means what your input that you are molding as per the requirement of the target market. That is how you say we do better than other public universities. So then among all the students that's passing out from a particular, all the public universities, if corporate sector prefer to go for a X university, that means they are performing much more better than the other public universities. So that is the profitability. Because the products that's passing out from a particular university, it's easily sellable. People wish to take it. That's the profitability. And the government school. So then again, so your target market is the nation and also the corporate sector. Okay. Or sometimes the universities, because what the student passing out from the school, some straight away go to the corporate sector, some they might do business, and some they would go to the universities. Okay. So that's the target market. So that you have to, as a school, so we should understand like what is the role of a school? What are we supposed to do for the students? Because students are the output. We have to mold them in terms of knowledge, in terms of their attitudes, in terms of their discipline. So all these things you have to give as a school. So that's why not only the curriculum, like you have a lot of activities, sports and the recreational activities, because you have to mold a person, that is your product. If a particular school is doing it much better than the other schools, so that is the other element. You fulfill that requirement better than other schools are doing. So then whoever coming out from the school, Like if the society appreciate that person, if the university appreciate that person, so if the corporate appreciate that person, that is profitability. Understand? So that means you do what you are supposed to do better than other competitive schools are doing. And say club, say if it is a Red Cross or something, any club, I don't know, say if it is a sports club. So for a sports club, what is the target market? So you want to get more and more the people membership, isn't it? So that means the people, those who are interested to do sports, say if it is a cricket club or something, so people those who are interested to do cricket are the target market. So that you have to study like what they are expecting from the cricket club. Are they expecting training? Are they expecting coaching? Are they expecting providing equipments? Are they expecting providing sessions as per the flexible sessions as they can join? Okay. Are they expecting the like all the facilities, indoor playing and outdoor playing? So long as you as a club, if you're providing all these things, you get more and more members. That is your profitability. Understand? And even the welfare club also. So whatever the welfare club, so you have a target, okay, we want to get more and more people. So that you should understand what kind of a welfare that they are expecting from your association. So long as it's being given better than other association, people will come behind you because they know that what they expect, it's there with your association. Understand? So therefore, everywhere, either it's profit oriented or not profit oriented, marketing is happening. So that's why the Kotler says that's happening in organizations. The companies are anyway doing, but even now, so we have taken a lot of examples to say that it's happening in the organizations as well. Clear? There is no note for it. Now you can correct the answers. And also it's been done by the individuals. So you want a break now, or once I finish the individuals, we'll go for a break. How do you feel? Can tolerate, or you are hungry? Just raise your hand who wants a break now. I don't mind. Yeah. But so if you are hungry, I don't want to have it. So just raise a hand who wants a break now. No one wants a break now. Okay. Good. I will continue for another 10 minutes. Okay. You haven't taken your lunch, isn't it? Have you taken your lunch? Already taken lunch. Sure? Sure? Lanka, let's take the lunch. Okay. Because without your biological requirement, the social requirement will not fulfill. We'll go for lunch and come. Take 15 minutes. Like try to come in 15 minutes because for another 2 weeks, Shall we start? Where's the others? Okay, now in terms of this definition, it says that this is being practiced by organizations and also by the individuals. So that means you and me. So let's see like how the individuals practices marketing. And you think about your situation, in which kind of instances where you do practice marketing. So it's very hard for us to think like the entire life, because in our life we are facing some important incidents. So it's easy to think in terms of that important incidents. What are the important incidents of your life? That's something first you have to think. What are the important milestones that you have passed or passing and will pass in your life? Then it's easy for you to think about how we practice marketing. What are the important milestones of a particular person? Finding a job. Yes, finding a job. It's an important milestone. So that you think about like finding a job, like how these components apply. What's my target market? Their expectations means what? Fulfill such expectations better than other the candidates means what? The profitability means what? And also what are the other milestones that we are passing in our life? Finding a partner. Milestone, isn't it? Yeah. And that's the two main things, I guess. And even in generally, like day-to-day life also, we practice as marketing, but I will explain later on. You can take either case, either finding a partner or finding a job. See how you practice marketing. The same thinking that we did for the organization. Think about the situation, say that if I want to find a good job, or if I want to find a good partner, so what's my target market? So what's their requirements means, understanding their requirements means what? Fulfill their requirements better than other people means what? The profitability means what? Think and write. Serious, I'm serious because I'm not discussing, I'm not giving notes for this one. I can't give the notes. It's a matter of like understanding. You have to do the understanding by practice. So the ones those who came late, I will repeat it again. Now we are thinking of how individual practices marketing. In that case, think about some special incidents that's passing in your life. So we have decided either finding a job or finding a lifetime partner. So either case you can take on board, where you have to think like how these elements, like what's my target market, understanding their requirements means what, fulfill their requirements better than competitors means what, and the profitability means what. You have a chat with your friend and have the points, then I'll discuss after like 5 or 10 minutes time. Done? Finish? Yeah. Okay, if I'm taking like finding a job, so what's the target market? Okay, particular sector. Okay. So what others have written? Finding a job, what's the target? So you have a particular, the place where you want to pitch yourself, isn't it? Okay. So you have a particular dream job in your mind. Okay, I want to be this person. Okay. So that's the job that you want to apply for. Okay. Then the particular sector or the entire corporate sector, or if you are specifically referring to maybe in a banking sector, or maybe in a construction sector, or maybe in the finance sector, and that sector in that position is the target market. So for that position, so what's the requirement? You should know. So how do you know about it? How do you know, like for this kind of a job, what the corporate sector is expecting? That is what we mean the first element in marketing. Understand your target market. That means where you want to pitch yourself as a job, and their requirements means for that kind of a job, what the corporate expecting from you. How do you know it? How do you know that for then whenever they are recruiting this kind of the people for this kind of a job, what they're expecting, how do you know? Job advertisements. Okay. Like you have to read through the job advertisements. In the job advertisements for a similar kind of a job, you know that, okay, if I want to go as this position, so I need this much of experience. I need these kind of qualifications. Because those are the things the corporate sector look for, that you can get to know by referring to the existing advertisements. Isn't it? And also like from your friends. So you know that for this kind of a job, like what's the kind of a person that they have already recruited. Okay. Then you know that if I want to be like that kind of a person, you should also build up those skills and the experiences and also talent. That is what it says, like how it happened practically. Now you see a particular advertisement. The first thing what you are doing is what? Now you want to convince that you are the best person. The other element in marketing, now we know what's the target market and we get to know what their requirements are. Then the next element is, now you have to show that you are the best person for this job. How do you do it? If you want to like get a particular job, so what you would do? The first thing is you have to build up yourself with all the skills and the experiences and talent that otherwise no point of applying, because you know that anyway you will not be even shortlisted. First you have to build up that. Then how do you convince that you are the best person for that job? You develop a CV, isn't it? You have to have like updated CV to say that I'm this kind of a person. And then you are sending it. Once they review your CV, if they are okay with what you have written in the CV, then only they will shortlist you. Isn't it? Then once you are being shortlisted for the interview, like at the interview, so you have to show that this CV belongs to you. So that is what they look for. They are just testing. So now the job description, it matches with your CV. So that's why you are being called for the interview. Now they want to see whether what they have seen in the CV is if the real person has come. Then among the other candidates, you have to outperform. So I'm the best person to perform as the way that you are expecting in your company. Then you will be selected. So that the entire process, like first you develop all the required skills and the experiences and all the talents, what they're expecting, and also put that into a CV and performing in an outstanding way from that of the other candidates. So that's all coming under what? Fulfilling the customer's requirement better than what other competitors do. Then the profitability means what? You get the job. So that is the So profitability means you get the job. That means what you thought was being achieved at the individual level. So therefore, we say that in marketing, like even individuals also practices marketing. So in very special milestone in our life, even finding a lifetime partner is the same. So you have a target market, you have some people in your mind. So then so you should read that person's mind and should understand what kind of a person that person likes. Did you get my point? You have to read that person's mind. The person would like a character like this. Then you have to ask from yourself, am I that kind of a character? If not, you have to build up. If you really want to win the heart. Okay. So you can cheat, but it won't sustain. Then after that, you have to outperform the others. So you have to convince, like you are the best person that person is having in that person's mind. Then you will get the sustained relationship. So everywhere it's like individuals, like sometimes as individuals, like we do multiple roles. We play multiple roles, isn't it? Like now you are the student. I'm a lecturer, and you are friends as well. And you might be the wife to your husband, spouse, okay? Or like husband to the wife, okay? Or maybe daughters and the sons. So every role that you play, you have a target market. So in a family, as a daughter, as a son, you have a target market within the family. Other members, isn't it? Other members are the target market. So that each member in the family expect different things from you. Mother expects something, father expects something else. Brothers are expecting something else, sisters are expecting something else. But the mother expects is not the thing that the brothers are expecting from you. So if you so long as you fulfill everybody's requirement, you are a very favorite character in the family. Otherwise, no one cares you. Though your voice doesn't have any value because you haven't played your role well. People don't like you. Understand? It's the same in a company. In the company, you associate with the different kinds of group. You associate with the superiors, your boss. You associate with the peons, like the subordinates. And also you associate with your peers. Isn't it? What the boss expects from you, it's not the thing that subordinate expect from you. And it's not the thing that your peers expect from you. It's three different categories. The approach that you are putting to the peers, you can't put to the boss. You can put, but you can't sustain. So it's like you should know, you should understand, we always deals with the people. The people are different. They are expecting different things from you. So that it's a matter like when you deals with the people, understand what they're expecting, if possible, give the maximum. So then you can easily win their hearts. So then you will be outstanding in their life. Understand? So therefore, each and every person, that's why sometimes like even in your the office, just think about some of the characters everyone likes, but some of the characters no one likes. Isn't it? Okay. So just think those two characters. Why some characters everyone like? Because that person is adjusting as per the requirement of the everyone. But the other person, it's very moody, not changing. Okay. And even the words the person is using and even the approach the person is approaching another person, no one likes. That's why the person is being isolated. So this is something, even though you are in the finance discipline, the marketing is something that you have to practice in your day life. So then you will be like, I'm not saying that you have to be a star, but you have to be a person, the other person it's, so you will be pleasant to other person. It's not the beauty, it's like the pleasant in heart, everyone likes. So it's a very difficult position because winning somebody's heart, it's not easy, especially human's heart. But that is what the marketer is supposed to do because it's out of your control because the respect and the relationships and the affections, those things we can't take by force. We can't take by force. Okay. So that you have to earn in the other person's heart. For that one, the first thing is you have to have very good understanding skills. And then you do maximum. Like it doesn't mean that always like you have to beg for people. If you can't do something, you have to tell. I can't do because of these reasons. Okay. So the people those will understand you are this kind of a character. So then you will have more people around you. So that means, so in your mind, you are pleasant and also for the others also, you are a pleasant person. That is a profitability. Clear? So likewise, here it says that marketing is a very broader thing, which has a social aspect, which is having a managerial aspect, and it doesn't limit to only profit-oriented companies. It's the organization practices. Also, it's always with the individuals. It's in different instances that we do practice marketing, and also day-to-day life also we have to practice marketing. So in that case, what we all do is we just exchanging the value. So if you are giving something valuable to others, then the other person also gives something valuable to you. It's not like the tangible thing, even intangible relationships also kind of value exchange. Okay, let's move to the role of marketing. The marketing plays, see when you can take down the topic, the role of marketing. Basically, marketing plays three roles. So it's we take as a management function, functional area of management. Also, it's a business. Also, it is a skill. Out of these three, I have already explained marketing as a management function. In this diagram here, marketing is a management function that is taking place in the marketing department. So therefore, I don't discuss it again. That's what I said that it's a management function here. Same like other functions like HR, finance, operations, marketing department is also there. So that's marketing we are taking as a management function with the limited resources to achieve the objectives that's taking place at the marketing department where our focus is to get the efficiency. Because we are talking about the utilizing resources to achieve the objectives. So that means input-output ratio, we are talking about the efficiency. It's clear? Also, marketing is a business philosophy. So what is the meaning of a philosophy? Philosophy. The meaning of philosophy is not there in the slides. Sir. Philosophy means what? In Sinhala, it's called as darshan. Darshan means what? Way of thinking, isn't it? Like, they think that, okay, this is correct. Okay. So business philosophy is like, as a business, how they think. Okay. So that will give the entire direction to the business. This is how we should run our business. That provides direction to the entire business. Okay. Like we can take marketing as the overall business philosophy. That means it gives the direction to the entire business. This is how it should run. What does that mean? Like if we take anyone in the organization, there are so many people in the organization, isn't it? There are marketing people, finance people, HR people, operations people. So many people are there. And also in different levels. So some are belongs to top management, some are middle level, some are functional, and even like very grassroots level, like even PM and the watchers, the security person. So everyone is working for the company. But if everyone should understand, our work finally ended up with the fulfillment of the customer's requirement. That organization is run taking marketing as a business philosophy. No matter where you are belongs to, which department and which level, each and every employee should understand their work is ultimately affect the customer's satisfaction. If a particular organization is running in that direction, so that is the idea behind marketing taking as the entire business philosophy. Just imagine like this, you go to a singer showroom, okay? So you purchase, say, a particular, say, air conditioner. Okay, you purchase air conditioner, and that people say that, so now you're asking when you are coming to install, because you can't install it alone. So they say that, okay, we are coming tomorrow. Okay, and you're asking tomorrow at what time? Because you have to take the leave. So then they say that, okay, we are coming tomorrow before 12. So that you have taken half day. So, but now you are waiting like 12 and even 12 past. No one is turning up and not even giving a call. How do you feel? So it will cross your red line. And even like once you call the number and there is no any clue, like there is no tracking system whether they are coming or not. But what do you feel? That you will be feeling very disappointed, isn't it? Because it's simply waiting. Who made the mistake? Because sometimes the marketing people might have taken the order and that had been given to the stores as well as to the delivery person. Delivery person doesn't have any responsibility of bringing the sales to the company. But that person's job is very important. Because what you are making a promise in the store, so you as a manager, you as a marketing person, you can't do it. That should be done by someone else. That someone else should understand, being a driver, reaching this place, the time that's been promised, it's very important. Even though I'm not a showroom manager, my task is important. Because for us, we don't mind whether it's a fault of a driver or whether it's a fault of a clerk or whether it's a fault of a manager, we don't care. For us, singer is singer, isn't it? Okay. That is the fault in most of the companies in Sri Lanka. So if you go to a, say, SLT, so you are taking the fiber connection. Okay. So if you are going to make a complaint that whenever they are installing fiber connection, they are saying that they are from SLT. But by the time whenever you want to make a complaint, they say that it's an outsourced company. We don't care. Because internally for operation, if you have given for outsourced company, it's not a matter for a customer. For customer, you have represented, they have representing SLT, now you are liable. Otherwise, customer would be disappointed. Understand? Okay? So like, just imagine once you are coming to the Chartered Institute, these doors are locked. So you are coming every early and also sometimes like the rooms are not clean enough. Is it the responsibility of the marketing team? No, it's that uncle's responsibility. But so that what we should understand is every single person should understand, like sometimes they are not directly connected to the sales. Okay? but their task is finally ended up with the customer satisfaction, because for customers, the entire organization is just one unit. Like just imagine like the Melbourne or Munchie. The marketing team is try their level best to boost the sales. But when it's come to the production, because of the economic crisis, they have changed the ingredients of their putting to the biscuits. They have changed the like material quality, say that they deteriorate. So then in terms of the production department is profit as a department. Okay. So once they issue the product to the market, people now they don't like the flavor. They don't like the taste because the taste has been changed. Whose fault? Production people's fault, because they want to make their unit profitable, so that they change the policy. That finally the company is penalized. That will reflect from the sales. So then the top management will keep on blaming the marketing people and saying that the sales are not there, but the real fault is somewhere else. Understand? Because for customers, it doesn't matter who manufactures the product. We purchase Melbourne or we purchase Munchie. That's everyone who is working in the company is liable for it. Just imagine like sales people go and promise say 14 days credits for a particular retail shop, because that retail shop is purchasing a lot of products from you. So then the marketing person saying that, okay, I will give you 14 days credit. So the finance department debt collector, now debt collector is also having a target every month to collect the debt. So this person is checking all the due invoices, and so that there is a very big amount of a particular invoice. No point of trying 5 customers, 5 the debt holders. So if that person push this invoice, the person can hit the target. So that this person would keep on, like say the 14 days is coming to a particular Friday. So that person is calling the sales manager, the person who is liable for the sales, and saying that Friday I have a small financial crisis, because my if I issue a ticket, if I issue a check, that will be returned, because it will take some time for me to put the cash. So the person is asking extension until the next Monday. You as a marketing person, the marketing person would understand that is something practical. So we can wait until Monday before 12. But that person, the debt collectors, the deadline is Friday. So the person is calling that person, is specializing that person. Now the 14 days, today is 14 days. So you have to put the money. I don't care. The person would anyhow put the money because of the pressure and the talent of the debt collector. But from the next time onward, move to another brand. Because you are not flexible. Okay? Your company is not flexible. Your company is not cooperative. It's not the company cooperative, it's the debt collector is not cooperative. That's the problem. But for them, it's no worries. It's not X person or Y person, it's the company. Okay? Because you are playing you are doing a job, that means you are representing the company. That is what we should understand. Like no matter where the employee belongs to, every person should understand my job is finally ended up with the what we give as a company to the customers. Then if we are giving something good, so we get more and more people. If we are giving something bad, we won't get much people. So that's the idea behind marketing, taking as overall business philosophy. So if a particular organization is operating in that way, everyone is doing the correct thing. The correct thing means everyone together fulfill the customer's requirement. So therefore, that's why here it says that taking marketing as an overall business philosophy that achieve the effectiveness. Effectiveness means doing the correct thing. So this is not there in most of the companies in Sri Lanka. I would say, if you go to like any company, so sometimes marketing people are pressurizing a lot, but somewhere else it's being cheated, or somewhere else they don't care. And even sometimes at least the security person, it's not understand like what's the job. So then ultimately customer would be disappointed. Taking a topic like marketing as a business philosophy. Marketing as a business philosophy. Regardless the department, regardless the department that an employee belongs to, and the level the person belongs to, and the level the person belongs to. Each and every employee should understand, each and every employee should understand their work ultimately affect customer satisfaction. Therefore, each and every employee of an organization should realize importance of their job to keep the customers satisfied. Then as a company, everyone contribute for the correct thing. Everyone contribute to the correct thing. It ensures the effectiveness. So therefore, in any organization, at the department level, marketing playing the role to get the efficiency, but the overall organization level, so that is having a role as a business philosophy to that bring the effectiveness. Like this is the summary. Marketing, if you are taking as a philosophy, it gives the effectiveness in organization. And also we take marketing as a management function that gives the efficiency. Isn't it? Okay. This is what, so it has two roles. Other role I will discuss shortly. But if you are combining efficiency and effectiveness, you might have learned this one for management. Have you learned it for management? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So what does it mean? Don't worry, like I'm not asking for you to explain or something. I'm going to explain. I just want to see whether you do remember. Okay. So so what does it mean? So if a particular organization is efficient and effective, so we say that that organization is in a thrive situation. So that is an ideal situation for a company to run. Thrive situation. This one. Because both efficiency and effectiveness is there. So that means they are doing the correct thing and also not wasting the resources. What does this mean? They are wasting resources, not efficient, but doing the correct thing. Still they can survive because they are doing the correct thing. Only problem is they are not efficient because they're wasting resources. Even if wasting resources, if you are doing the correct thing, still your business can run. Agree? Agree or not? And then but so long as the organization is not effective, that means we are doing the wrong thing. Both cases, it's dying. Sometimes you are using resources very efficiently, but for doing the wrong thing. So that dying is happening slowly. Why? Why it is happening slowly? Because existing resources, you are nicely using with the existing resources, you can run for some time. But what you are manufacturing is not the one the customer expects. So that you have to close down in the future. Because no new resources are being added. How about the other case? Die quickly. So existing resources also you are wasting. Wasting for what? Manufacturing thing. The people don't like to purchase it. So within a shorter period of time, you have to close down your business. That is why it's happening. Die quickly. So I hope this is clear to you. Clear? Why the thrive? Because both efficient and effective. That is the ideal position. But some cases, the organizations may waste the resources. So they are like still it can be survived so long as you are doing the correct thing. That means what you manufacture, it's what customer expects. Okay. But so long as if you are doing it's not something customer expect, so you have to close down your business. Either sooner or later. You will close it down sooner, even you are wasting resources. But in terms of resource utilization, if you are good in resource utilization, still anyway you have to close down because what you manufacture is not what the customer expects. But at least you can go for some time because you have some oxygen to breathe the company. Okay. My point is this. Now we have connected efficiency, taking marketing as a management function. Understand? If we take marketing as a management function within the marketing department, we can get efficiency. If we take marketing as the entire organization's business philosophy, we can get the effectiveness. Clear? Clear or not? Clear. Okay. Because I'm going to ask a question. Okay. So from that question, I can understand whether you have understood the concepts or not. Now, if so, we know that efficiency is connected with marketing as a management function. Effectiveness is connected with marketing as a business philosophy. We know that both are equally important. Agree? Both equally important. taking marketing as a business philosophy, also taking marketing as a management function, both roles are important. However, if it happens to give a priority for one over other, so whenever you are running a company, sometimes having said that both roles are important, taking management function or business philosophy, both important, but sometimes you have to give a priority for one role. Which role that you would give the priority? Taking it as a management function is more important, or taking it as a business philosophy more important? Have answer to yourself. You want me to repeat the question? So that's like, I'm going to summarize these two, the discussions together. Okay. So far I discussed marketing is having two roles. As a management function within the management marketing department, and as the entire business philosophy. Those are the two roles. Clear? If we take it as a management function, what does it give? If it is as a management function, what does it give? I want the answers from you. Efficiency. So if it is taking as a business philosophy, what does it give? Effectiveness. Okay. Now my question is, excuse, both are important. That's no doubt, both are important. If it happens to give the priority for a one over other, that means one is more important than the other. Out of these two, like taking it as a management function, also taking it as a business philosophy, out of these two, which one is more important? That is what my question is. Have an answer to yourself. But each and every person should have to have an answer. Think carefully and have an answer. Like my question is, so if it happened to give the priority out of these two, which is more important? That's connected with this diagram. You have to think through this diagram. Otherwise, you can have an answer either this one or other one. We don't have answer in that way, like accident answers. Okay. Get the answer from this grid. That's why this the grid is explained. What's the answer? Which one is more important? Who says the management function is important? I want to raise your hand. Who says business philosophy is more important? Some are not raising the hands. That can't be, because we don't have any other answer. Either this one or the other one. So you two didn't raise the hand. I will give you one more minute. Out of these two, is it the management function more important or the business philosophy is more important? The one who didn't have the answer yet in the mind, think. What's the answer, two of you? Is it a management function or a business philosophy? So why not a management function? Because whatever the instance where if you sacrifice effectiveness, once it's become ineffective, either sooner or later, you have to close down your business. That means out of efficiency and effectiveness, which is more important? Effectiveness is more important. So the effectiveness is linked with business philosophy. So then business philosophy is more important. Understand? That's how, like what you have learned there needs to be connected to this grid, and like you have to identify out of these two roles, which is more important. And there is another role, marketing as a skill. Skill means what? Skill means what? Ability. Like we are able to do something. So that's a kind of a skill. So marketing is a skill of what? Sensing and relating. Because marketing is all about what? Understand the customers, fulfill their requirements. Okay. So for you to understand the customers, you have to sense the market. You have to sense, understand the customers means like, that means we should understand the people. That's the idea. We have to sense the people. So what does that mean? Senses, do you have senses? What are the senses we have? As a human, what senses we have? What are the senses we have? We have 5 senses, isn't it? What are the 5 senses? Like we exposed to the environment by using these 5 senses. But yeah, we have a vision, so we see the environment. So we smell the environment, we hear the environment, and we taste the environment, we touch the environment. So that's how we understand the environment like surround us. Can we use these 5 senses to understand human? We can't. Just by looking at the particular person, we don't know what kind of a character the person is having. The vision is not powerful. Just by listening to the words the person talk, we can't understand, because people are very good in speaking beautiful words, but inside it's not the same person. Okay, so we can't understand just by listening. The person you have to take, let that person lose the temper. Okay, make the person angry, then listen, then you will get the real person out. Okay, so of course, smell won't work. It's only the cleanliness we can guess from the smell, and the taste, of course, we can't use. You can't taste people, and the touch also, it's so dangerous. You can't touch and see like whether this kind of person. These 5 senses are not helpful. But how we understand, like why the understanding people is that difficult? Why is that? Understanding the person is the most difficult task in this world. Why? I can't hear you what you're telling. Yes? Huh? Thinking pattern, I would put it in this way, like people are different. Okay. So if we understand one person, we can't use that learning for another person, because another person is different. Okay. So even if you take your own brothers and sisters, even twins are different. The same mother and father, same family, same way grown up, but still different preferences. That's why as a family, if you go out, how long that it will take to finalize the menu? People different. Like how many times that you are fighting for a remote whenever you are watching a TV at home. Different people, okay? So it's very hard, okay? And also like people highly volatile, they quickly change. Morning you see a one person, but afternoon it's not the same person. The person don't want to even look at your face. You don't know the reason. Person is mind like creating some stories in the mind and thinking that you are wrong. People quickly change. That we have to accept it. So if you are giving food to dog, that dog will come behind you every day. No matter whether you are going a wedding or a funeral, like just like show the maximum love to you. But you give a food to someone 99 days, one day you miss, the next day the person is sitting with someone else's. People like that. Okay. So it's highly volatile. Since it's highly volatile, we can't predict. We can't predict the people's behavior. Okay? So that's why it's very hard for us to understand the people. But marketers are supposed to do it. How they have to do it? They have to feel it. They have to sense it. From where they are getting that feeling? By being in the market, by being in the field. So that's why in the marketing field, you have to start from the grassroots level. So you have to have a lot of experience in the field. So just by looking how the people purchase the things and how people behave, then more the people you expose, more you can understand. Just imagine, like if you have been born and grown up in an environment like from home to school van to school, then school van to the school to school van, and then school vans to home. Like only very close environment. So you are being exposed to like only very limited friends. So you know only those characters. So you know only 10 people, your family members and very few friends. The 11th person, you don't know. The 11th person, you will be trapped. You'll be trapped by the 11th person, okay? Because you know only 10 characters. But if you are a person who is using public transport and the school bus, so you are being exposed to, because every day you are meeting a different character. So you are being exposed to 100 types of people. So 101 person you can understand. So then very hardly you trap. More you expose to the people, more you can understand the people. That's the logic. Because each person is different from another person. So that's why in marketing, sensing, it's a kind of a skill that you have to build up through the experience. That's why in the marketing, so we always give the value for the people, those who have the field experience. So those people are paid well. With the experience, their salary scales are going up because they can sense the market. And also like, it is a skill of relating. Not just understand, but you have to adjust yourself. Okay. So it's always sensing and adjusting. Like you understand a particular person, at the same time, you should be capable enough to flexible yourself. Like just imagine, like you have friends. The one friend is having an issue. Some people can guess, whereas other people can't guess. So, without the person is telling out, some feel this person is having an issue, but some don't feel. The one don't feel doesn't have the sensing skills. One feel is having the sensing skills. The relating ability means like, say that you have planned to go for a movie with 5 of your friends. The one friend has already come, but you know that the person is in a sad mood. If you have decided, okay, now one is having an issue, so let's postpone it because it's not something essential. The movie will be there in another day as well. So we will postpone it. So that is the relating skills. As per the context, how you behave. People like that kind of characters. And those kind of characters would be successful individually as well as an organization. Okay. That's why I said earlier, like you are dealing with different people. You have to adjust yourself as per different people. In Sinhala, we call it as like you have to use your brain as per the context. So that's the same idea. The way that you deal with friends, you can't deal with your parents. You have to relate, you have to adjust yourself. So the way that you are coming to the class, you can't go to the office. Isn't it? So it's a different way. It's a different way of handling. Likewise, even in the marketing also, if the market is changing, you have to change all your strategies. Otherwise, you'll be out of the market. Like what happened to Nokia? Nokia being a leading brand, but what happened? So they didn't sense the market. The people love to use smart features as a mobile phone, but they didn't understand it. So that they didn't change their product, including smart features. But it was sensed by the Samsung. Samsung sensed it and they initiate. They introduced smartphones. Being a Korean brand, not many people accept it as a Korean brand. But now it's defeated Nokia. Still, they couldn't catch up the market. Still, the Samsung is bypassed the ahead of Nokia. Nokia became the third or the second. Some markets, okay, they can't catch up because always Samsung is going in advance in all the innovations in terms of the smart features. That because they don't know how to sense and relate quickly. So marketing is that as well. It's a skill. Skill is always you can build up through the experience of being in the market and also quickly change it. The strategies needs to be changed. That okay, if you want, you can take down like marketing is a skill. The skill of sensing. Skill we have two aspects, sensing. That means understand the customer's requirement. Through the experience, marketing people sense, stroke, understand the requirement of the customers. And the other aspect is relating skills. Marketeers should be flexible. Marketeers should be flexible to the changes of the behavior of customers. As the customers change, strategies also needs to be changed. Strategies also needs to be changed. So that's something we should understand. That's normally happen in marketing. Like even if you want, you can take down the Nokia is lessing both, but Samsung it's put in both sensing and relating so that it's defeat the Nokia. The Nokia being defeated by Samsung because Nokia less in sensing and relating ability. Okay, now I finished the role of marketing. And if I'm proceeding like, as you can see this diagram where it shows the entire marketing process, like understanding the marketplace and then develop the strategies to fulfill that market requirement. And then in the third one, once you have allocated all the resources, that it become a marketing program. Then you are implementing that program to build up a profitable relationship. And then you make sure that you have created the profit and the return out of this process. This is what basically the marketing management is talking about, like this is what happening in the marketing management department. Since you are still at the undergraduate level, so your syllabus finishes here. So, like how we understand the marketplace and also how we develop the strategies to fulfill that requirement. From third point onwards, that is just implementation part. And at the last one is to see whether what you have done through this third and the fourth one, whether the targets are being achieved. So in your syllabus, these things are not being included. So then, so that's what the rest of the slides it says, like understanding the requirement of the marketplace. So I will start discussing some important concepts that is essential for us to understand the people's behavior from next week on. So then don't worry about like this numbering, like number 1 and those ones. That's coming from here, and just keep in your mind, like your syllabus, it's covering up only these 2 steps.